Bruh?
Bra?
Yeah.
Bra.
Yeah.
Bra.
No bras.
No bras.
It's a lot of bra.
Fuck you, man. They need
Ting,
help.
ting.
They need help. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Boneyard Arcade podcast. As always, I'm Lucky.
I'm Grim.
And I'm Josh.
And I'm Lucky. Haha, you see what I did there?
I'm Grim.
I did a Gus thing.
Go away, Gus.
I'm Gus now.
You didn't do it.
And I'm Josh. And I'm Lucky.
I was just gonna
Fuck!
keep going. Just keep going.
It'll be like that for 40
Someone's
minutes.
got to break this cycle.
And that'll be the podcast, and everyone will be like, "The fuck do we subscribe to these people
Unsubscribing.
for?"
Best show ever.
Fuck these guys.
Speaking of why people subscribe to us, you reckon we should talk about how our weekend was? Yeah, let's not talk about that much. But there's one thing I want to talk about from that, you know, like what people just saw. Jesus Christ. Hopefully they saw it, Josh. Take care of us, Josh.
Yeah, if you did
If it's just you like meat spinning for like, you know, like 20 minutes.
what?
What?
Bruno. Don't tempt
me.
It's just like a big dick.
Bruno!
Big dick's like waving into. Oh god.
I'll do it too.
What we should actually talk about is I'm really proud of you. You did a shoey on the weekend.
Oh, God.
The best kind of shoey. A rental shoe shoey. A not your shoe shoey.
No.
A bowling shoe shoey.
And we've got photographic evidence.
I thought we had a video because like
No.
and I'm gonna explain it because there's a thought process that went behind this.
Is there?
And
Are
it's
you
the most,
sure?
No, honestly, this was probably one of my
Thought
most
process.
innocent moments. And I see your face like just changed instantly. And the reason why I say it was an innocent moment was because we had a lot to drink, right?
You had.
Yeah, okay. I had a lot to drink, and when we hired these bowling shoes, it was time for us to bowl. They put them on the table in front of me. I had 2 drinks in my hands, and and I went like this. And as I moved my hands, I knocked one of the glasses out of my hand. It fell sideways, and then little tumblers, bourbon and coke, straight into a shoe, filled the shoe up, and I was like, I feel really bad. I've just ruined these guys' shoes.
How do I
That was a
fix this?
sign, though.
Yeah. The dude behind the counter was like, it's okay, man. We'll do something with it. I don't know how we're going to get rid of that shit in the shoe, though. And as he said that, I was like, that's right. Where's he going to pour this?
Where do you put alcohol
Fuck.
usually?
And that was it. And I was like, where does alcohol... Okay. And I drank it. And then I put it down. And then I went, you just drank out of a bowling shoe. Better do it again. Drank a second time. Put it down, and then that was when I started to smell the chemical that they clean the shoes with.
Oh yeah, he brought out the
At least
the
you
bottle.
could smell the chemical.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
if that wasn't what you were smelling, then you'd probably have just puked right there.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty fucking gone. So I wasn't feeling sick from it. But
Chloe's just dying over there.
and there's in the photo, if you look, if you zoom in on Chloe, you can see
Enhance.
she's disappointed in me from the second that thing touched my face.
It's a beautiful, beautiful photo.
Yeah.
It's that accidentally Renaissance thing.
Yeah.
It's got that going for it.
And
Yeah.
Newton, our mate Newton, good old boy, Thai boy Tuesday, we
You
call
see
him.
him, he's licking the
You'll
table.
see him
Yeah.
if we enhance here that he is licking the table where Dan's bowling shoe spray excess has seeped onto the counter, and Newton's decided, you know what? Dan's taking one for the team. I'm gonna do the same.
Yep.
And he's licking that shit.
Yep.
And meanwhile, I like trotted over when this happened, and I was like, "What? Did I just see you drink out of a shoe?" And Josh
Yeah.
showed me the photo, and I was like,
Yeah. I mean, if you put it in perspective, there's like between 20 and 50 feet in those shoes a day, right? On top of that, I'm drinking people's foot sweat. Many people's foot sweat. But Newton is also licking the times they've walked into the bathroom and their shoelaces have rubbed into the piss. And all, like, everything. Like, there is, like, multiple amounts of shit on the outside of that shoe and inside it. And now both of us, I think it's a special bond, but at the same time, I think we got cooties. And
It does not justify tinea on your lips.
there's no hair on my tongue yet, but I'm kind of waiting for something to happen.
Let no one say that this is not a high-class podcast.
I mean, we have high-class weekends, can't you tell?
And then
my vision is blurry and my speech is slightly slurred.
And then there's karaoke afterwards where you go and you guys sing A Whole New World together. And
that was the worst rendition this time.
You did really badly.
That was
so shit.
Yeah, we had
So
randoms
shit.
come into the karaoke room and like they were all up and dance shit. And Josh and I were laughing, and Chloe was laughing, and then it was really awkward because they wouldn't fucking leave.
No, they
And it
wouldn't
was
leave.
like-
I was turning away and walking away from them.
Yeah, and they
one
kept
of them,
following you,
One
and
of
And they
being
them,
kept
like-
changing our music too.
Yeah.
And putting their stuff
until I threatened to
on.
beat that dude up.
And I told them to fuck off, and if they touched it again,
I was like,
cut
I'm
them.
gonna knock your fringe off your fucking head.
You were
And-
like, that fringe won't save you, boy. And I
Yeah.
was like,
And he was twice my height, and he just looked at me and went,
Yeah, but
was
he
dopey
was
looking
like
motherfucker.
scrawny like
and
me.
left. Yeah, it was funny.
you look meaty though. Look
It was
at you.
funny.
Look at his
Leave me
shirt. Look at
alone.
everyone.
Leave me alone.
Everyone look at Josh's pretty
You
shirt.
wore a button-up shirt for today's show.
I wanted
That's
to
so
bring some
cute.
class to our
Some class.
always classy podcast.
Yeah, we dress like we're the male and female versions of one person.
Oh fuck, we did it again.
We did it all the time.
I'm repping some RT Pride
Yep.
in light of the plebiscite, which is
Today,
been decided today. I don't know what the outcome is. This has been recorded prior,
previously.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's yes.
I would hope so.
I want
it'll
it to
be
be
yes.
yes.
It'll be yes.
And
If it's not, then we'll just pretend that it is.
and then we'll take care of all our friends
Yeah.
who love you.
We'll
Anyway,
just remove the government.
let us move on.
Fix it for them.
There was
'cause I've got
something else
notes.
that happened besides this whole bowling thing.
Um,
And it's really small. I want to mention it because, as you might already know, I'm a massive Ninja Turtles fan.
Oh,
It's not on the shelf today. We didn't put him on
I
there. We
put
put
this
Chucky
there.
here. Yeah, we got Chucky,
but I got
but we got
this.
the TGRI kind of stuff.
Yeah, and tits.
Yep, and
And
tits.
Lee Carvello.
And Lee Carvello and Bone Storm.
That's important.
But
Very important.
the big thing that happened on the weekend that made me really excited was the fact that the Ninja Turtles have been announced as a DLC character. I think it's one character slot. The DLC for Injustice 2, Fighter Pack 3, is featuring the Ninja Turtles. Now, I have a feeling that all 4 turtles will feature in one character slot, and you'll actually just use
Be able
the
to
4 of them.
change.
Yeah.
Well, do you mean, or do you mean like you push a different button to get a different
I don't know.
costume?
I mean,
like
Push
I
X,
hope-
pay
costume.
respect.
I hope they have different
Always.
skins.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that you'll use one Ninja Turtle, and his perk of doing a special move will be another Ninja Turtle like jumping in and doing something. I don't know.
Pretty sick.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. But they look sick. They're very 90s. The internet has reacted as the way it should. I mean, everyone's happy.
They piss their pants.
Everyone's gone fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They had the Injustice 2 V. What do they call it? Fuck the E.
Just
V
use
League.
all of the letters of the alphabet
The
until
A
you
League,
get
the
it.
G League. It's the
AEIOU?
esports. No, it's the esports league that they've got a special name for it, but it's the
MNMNOP.
Injustice version.
MNMNOP.
I
They
League?
fucking lost their shit.
I dubbed.
Injustice? I League, maybe? I don't know.
Guys, this is my moment of Ninja Turtles here. It's a special time. I've got no information on this, by the way. It's just going to be
But
something
you're just
that happens
fucking-
eventually.
Just excitement.
I'm spewing my Ninja Turtle goodness onto the microphone right now.
Please don't. That's so gross.
That shit's coming out soon. There's going to be news on it eventually. At the moment, Hellboy has just become playable, so that's pretty cool.
You know who's now a character in another game that we like? You know, Tekken?
Yes.
Poor thing doesn't even play fighting games. Noctis from Final Fantasy
Oh, really?
15, I think, is going to be a playable character in the Tekken game. So there you go.
That's
Odd.
Just nod. How's racing going? Like racing games, you like those?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I made some friends on the Rooster Teeth group thing.
On Facebook.
Yeah, a lot of racing people in there. Didn't realize that.
There you go.
Now I do.
Look at you go making friends with people and shit.
Look at you breaking down your thought process. Didn't realize that. I mean, now I do.
Racing games suck.
Oh,
Not
shots
that
fired.
bad. I mean, like Forza.
You wanna go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No good Forza, but give me Need for Speed any day. I don't fucking Need for Speed.
Isn't
Give
there
me
a,
all of the
Payback
simulation.
Came out
Yeah,
recently?
new one. Yeah.
I got offered a copy of it, and they're
Yeah.
like,
And
only
you
if
didn't
you're gonna
take it?
only if you're gonna review it. And I'm like, I hardly review the shit that I'm given
Why
usually.
didn't you just tell them I would do it? Well, you say you'd do it, and then I'll do it anyway.
Anyway, speaking of other things that happened over the quad, sorry, we'll figure this out later. You and I later, fisticuffs.
You have some words.
You
We
guys
went to-
actually went to something cool.
We went to spy school.
I didn't get to go. I was
You have
supposed to
day
come
job.
with you, and
You
I
have
had
job.
to go to work, which I mean, it's great, but I missed out on spy school.
It was pretty awesome. There was what was his name?
Warren Reed.
Warren Reed, who is like an ex-spy, ex-MI6.
He's an Australian spy who's trained and worked with MI6 and somebody else, and he is the only known former spy who's like open to talking about it in the
Yeah.
whole of Australia.
So he's the only
So he's
identified
the
spy.
only one who
Cool.
they can get on the
He's no
news. They
longer-
can like get in for things like this.
Okay.
And he has some really good stories.
We went to a bar called
Fascinating
Stitch
bloke.
Bar in the city, and which is like somewhere that Josh really likes already. So he was like, it's going to be a Stitch Bar. We gotta go to
They
this
got
shit.
bowling shoes?
No, but they've got sewing machines because it's an old tailor.
Okay,
and the whole
Stitch.
theme is like
Yeah.
old school. Like you go down into like what used to be an old tailor.
Photos.
And it's
Yeah,
all, It's the kind of place where you could imagine some like shady spy business going on,
Yeah.
you know. Go into the
because
back
it's
room.
behind like a hidden, like there's a hidden wall
Yeah.
like of just sewing machines, and you push it and you go down some stairs, and like that's where the bar is.
Yeah.
And so basically we got to like, you know, ask questions about what it's like being a spy, and you know, he taught us a few things that he learned about like remembering things like during conversation and shit like
and
that.
how not to give away your secrets.
Yeah. And so like it was to celebrate the launch of Atomic Blonde, which is out on DVD right now. Look at that plug.
Today.
There you go. And I was like, you know, I wonder if, you know, being a spy like James Bond or, you know, the character from Atomic Blonde, if that's actually legit.
Yeah, how likely is that in the real world?
He said-
would people be that way?
He said that the representation of spies in Atomic Blonde were like pretty spot on with things, like maybe not necessarily as dangerous, because he was like, it's all about, you know, human connection and shit. And
It's a step above where you are now. Like,
Yeah.
Because it's just being just a little bit more personable and like making everybody your best friend and, you know, figuring out what will break them down.
Yeah.
You
I
get
actually
what you
think
want
you'd
out of
be a
them.
good spy.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you can just hold a conversation with people, you can put on the mask, and then when you need to, you can take it off and be like really empathetic and shit. It's like, no, that's not what I mean. You don't gank people, all right? I fucking take it back. No spying for you.
And apparently gadgets are only 1% of spying.
I had a feeling that was the
I
case.
wanted
Which is
more
a shame
gadgets.
because I really wanted an invisible Aston Martin.
Is that a thing?
It was in... Chloe, you know movies.
Oh, here we go.
Bond, I don't do Bond.
It was probably Casino Royale.
No, it was the one like 2 before that.
It's the only Bond film I know.
No, it was like the one they did in the 2000s. I think Madonna
Internet
did
will
the
tell
song.
you. Internet will tell you.
No.
The internet
Die Another
will
Day?
tell
I
us.
think it was Die Another Day.
We're just naming
Yeah,
Bond
Die Another
movies.
Day.
This is just Bond movies.
Just look up Invisible Car, Die Another Day.
This is just
An
us.
invisible Aston Martin.
I
Right?
think it
This
was an
is just-
Aston.
Austin Powers.
Might have been a Jag.
Son of a bitch.
No?
No.
Oh, brilliant movie though.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Gold
Machine
member.
Gun
No.
Job, please.
You're right. Die another day.
Nailed it.
You
I won't
went
dab this
through
week.
like 40 different movies
Yeah,
to
but
get
we
No, I
to Die
didn't. You
Another
yelled
Day.
them all, and I came up with the one answer.
My next one was Debbie Does Dallas, and it's
That's not a Bond.
Are you
not in
sure it isn't? There are a lot of Bond
That's
movies.
a Bend movie.
It's got
It's a Bend movie, not a
it's-
Bond movie.
It's got a big
movie.
back catalogue.
Lots of bending, no bonding. I mean, maybe.
Just gonna move on
For
from this.
15 20
Sweet
minutes.
Jesus. Final mention of things that are gonna happen. We're gonna go see Justice League
Well,
We're seeing Justice
we're
League
seeing it
right now.
tonight. Yeah.
as the
at
podcast is coming up.
the
Yeah.
time that this is out, we'll be there.
What are you claiming predictions? Just quickly. On it? Reckon it'll suck. Reckon it'll.
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't
Good.
even want to like think about what it's going to be like. I'm literally going into this. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun. I'm like looking forward to like turning up, going, checking this movie out. I have a feeling I will enjoy it, but that's because I'm really looking forward to just going and doing something. With friends
Yep.
and seeing a movie.
Yep.
Plus, I mean, I like Batman and I like Ben Affleck Batman and I
yeah.
also like Jason Momoa Aquaman. So
Yep.
I'm like,
And Gal Gadot
yeah,
as Wonder Woman.
yeah. I mean, I
hard
put
not
up
to
on
like her.
Snapchat today myself as Wonder Woman.
I saw
It's
that.
fucking.
It looked great.
It's pretty.
It looked
It
really
is
good.
Very pretty.
I didn't see this. I need to see this.
I think it's on
Need to see this.
Instagram story.
Yeah, I made it the poll, so go and vote for my shit.
How are you feeling about the movie?
Yeah. Give us what
I'm
you
going
I,
like these
I
ones, and
am.
I'm like, oh.
I'm going in blind, but
Of course you.
cautiously optimistic. I mean,
You
you
liked
know?
Wonder Woman.
yeah. Oh, Wonder Woman was good. Yeah, that took me a while to finally get around to seeing. Saw it and actually loved it because I'd heard so much positive stuff, but then you get like one or two really vocal, sort of negative people who are just like, oh no, you know, here's why it sucks and here's why everyone's overhyping it. But no, really good film. Recommend that one. So I'm going into it expecting it to be up to the standards that they've been sort of hitting lately.
Oh, did
What's
you see
that?
Batman v Superman?
No, I didn't. But
Oh.
that was a
Bloody
few movies ago now.
And Suicide
Wonder Woman-
Squad.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was good though.
It's a
Yeah.
mixed bag, but Wonder Woman, if that's what I'm basing it on, then cautiously optimistic.
Yep. Fair.
And if it's terrible, then so be it.
What about you? What are you thinking? You're heading into this.
I was on the Twitter. Standard. I think I laugh about being on Twitter all the time.
I think it's funnier when you're off Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Like that happens. On Twitter, people were kind of getting up in arms about the new design of the Amazon armor.
I was going to bring that up.
And I fucking lost my shit as well. I was like, why the fuck would you ruin something that was already really, really good? And I was like, I was disappointed by that. And I'm like, motherfuckers, goddammit, what else are you screwing with?
They're just fighting in summer. Like, as if you want those chicks to be hot.
They live on the Muskeria. It's always good there.
I feel like it's the perfect temperature there.
Yeah,
whereas you come to the Americas, I mean, we went to Texas, and it was like 37 degrees our temperature, like at 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah, and then it was like 45 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
Were you in a heat wave, though?
You imagine being in Amazon, being this big, tall, muscular lady, carrying all that weight, in like super heavy. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I'd rather wear the armor and not get fucking stabbed.
I think it's dumb.
And at the end of the day, they looked, decent in what they were wearing before anyway. So you don't need to like sex it up any more than it already was, because they looked great and it looked really functional and cool and like legit.
Do you think
believable.
It was just an overlooked feature of the film? They literally didn't sit there and go, you know what? I want these Amazons to wear less. Did you think they just literally went, you know what? Let's stitch this leather together?
Yeah, I feel like there was a
oh no, we've run out of budget.
Oh no.
I know.
Bikinis.
Material costs on all of their costumes. Leather is expensive. We know this.
I also don't think they're actually going to be featured very heavily in the film. I think there'll be those background characters running around.
Which is
and that's why we're not going to see much of them anyway, so they're not going to be having very much.
Because you've got the main characters and there's fuckloads going on with their storylines. So I reckon...
Let's hope they actually, spend some time developing a storyline. Suicide Squad.
Oh, but I'm
sorry, I must have a cold
cautiously
again.
Optimistic, but at the same time, DC's kind of had a hit and miss rate that outweighs the good.
Yeah.
So, but, I'll go and see it because it's something to do and I like going to the movies with my
Exactly.
friends.
I'm going there with an open mind. I think it's going to be fun. What I'm really hoping for after this film, not even to do with this film, is that we get a Batman. I was going to be like, give me the fucking Batman. Give me a Batman film. I want a Batman film that features Catwoman. But I don't want Catwoman to have her hair out and shit, because a cat burglar who needs to jump through windows and crawl through spaces and jump off buildings
have short hair and shit.
Yeah, or put the
cowl
thing on. Put the cowl on with the ears and
shit.
Michelle Pfeiffer was like the best Catwoman, right?
Oh, easy.
Give me Batman, Catwoman, Joker, and when I'm saying Joker, I'm saying like old ass Joker. Like, give me, what's his name? Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Creepy, decrepit Joker.
I'd like to see Mark Hamill do it. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I think
Joker's
he doesn't
physique.
look as Joker, I guess.
But I mean, like, if you want that Joker look,
get
your Willem Dafoe on, and give me another random bad guy. I don't give a shit. But give me a Batman and Catwoman teaming up.
Yeah.
Maybe some Robin here and there. I don't care if we don't have any. And then give me a Joker and a side character.
Done.
That can be our next film, because those characters are already established. They look sick in the films. Give us something sick. Instead of going down the dark path of let's throw them together because Marvel did it.
Yeah, Marvel makes good movies. We can make good movies.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
I'm looking forward to this because I think Roadshow has the potential to nail it, but they've also got a very big hill to climb. Fingers crossed, man. I think it's gonna be sick.
We'll enjoy it either way.
Yeah, I mean, go into it cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, let's do that.
In saying that, there was a film that we recently saw that had a different kind of budget made by a different bunch of people who we love.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I want us to have a little chat about that when we come back after this. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about Lazer Team 2. We just went and saw it. And I know I'm not even going to... You look really excited, but I'm not going to go to you first. I'm going to go to Josh because I want Josh to actually tell people who may not have seen Rooster Teeth's stuff before, let alone Lazer Team 2. Give us a little rundown on Lazer Team 1, because we're not going to spoil this movie.
No.
But we're going to let people know what the lead up to this movie was about and then what we thought about Lazer Team 2. So give us a little rundown on Lazer Team 1 real quick.
Okay.
And then how you felt about Lazer Team 2.
Quick wrap up on Lazer Team 1. There are 4 blokes and... That's 3. 4 blokes. And they all have their differences and they end up together and take this alien spaceship out. And in the thing is a suit. And the suit is made of 4 pieces. And they all put on a bit of the suit, which then binds them together. And even though they hate each other, they all have to come together to sort of save the world.
And in this film, they seem like they still hate each other.
Yeah, I mean, in this, at the start, you kind of get this feeling like they came together, but it was only for one-off, like for one thing. and they saved the world in the first one, but then they went their separate ways and like sort of hoard out on the endorsements with their Lazer Team skills, and
chaos ensues.
Sort of fell off the radar.
Yep.
And they're like falling stars. But then they all got to come back together.
Yeah. You can't spoil too much of this movie.
Yeah, I know, it's hard.
It's a good movie though. I enjoyed it. It's a Rooster Teeth production. As was the first. The first one was crowdfunded.
First one was, I think, the most successful Indiegogo campaign ever.
There you go.
With like 35,000 backers, they got over 1 million. I think it was.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I think they were only fairly recently topped.
Yep.
Like, yeah, they blew that stuff out of the water, that crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And yeah, they like made a proper full feature film that went in cinemas everywhere all around the world.
Yeah,
all from starting something in their bedroom 15 years ago.
Yeah, and on Monday night when we saw this film, it was awesome to see a cinema full of people who were just prepared for something awesome that they were looking forward to. There's
something special when you've got a community of people who all like are just die hard about the thing they're going to see. Like there's an atmosphere to that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I was talking to Gab about what she thought about the film, and she was telling me that as a fan, she loved all those little things in the film that just really stood out, that made a fan
packed with Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe, you haven't seen the first film.
No,
not any part of it.
I'm totally.
You're very fond of rubbing your legs right now.
It's a natural thing. I just need to keep my hands busy.
I did the squat a minute ago, and I was like, God, I hope she doesn't do it again, because I don't know if the microphone's picking up on it. But then you continued.
Yeah, I'll put my hands here. Does that make it easier?
That's fantastic.
I'll rub shoulders this way.
That's even worse. It's closer to your mics.
Sorry. Okay.
You haven't seen Rooster Teeth 1?
No.
Rooster Teeth 1. You haven't seen Lazer Team 1.
Man, I love Rooster Teeth 1.
You shut up over there in the background.
Helmet Boy and Friends.
Boot group.
Boot group, I think, will turn into something that it's like my Rocco's Modern Life now.
Does that turn into a spoiler?
No. Boot group was in the first one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, so what you just proved what I was getting at. You haven't seen the first one.
No.
So going into Lazer Team 2 without any prior knowledge, I don't even think you Wikipedia'd that shit before you went in.
No, I didn't.
How did you feel going into this film completely unknowing on what the hell you were going to watch?
Just for the record, I don't do all my research on Wikipedia.
She's very well versed in IMDb as well.
But no, going into it, I was really open-minded. Like, I've heard nothing but positive things, but like I didn't know the story, I didn't know the plot, so I'm just like, I'm gonna go in and see what comes of it. And I found it hilarious. Like I didn't feel like I needed to know the story prior to that. It was really good to pick up, and just seeing how, like, I don't know how to describe it. I just really, really enjoyed it. I don't think I can say it anymore.
You didn't need the prior knowledge,
no,
which is good, because that was something I worried about. Was like, there's definitely another layer to it when you have all that prior knowledge and you see all the people you recognize, and you know, there's a lot of in jokes and stuff, but you don't need them. Like, that's not what's carrying the film. It's not just a giant in joke. So it's great, like, because I didn't know how you guys were taking it, like, because I couldn't really, you know, quiz you during the movie.
Yeah.
But I was sort of picking up on little bits, and I could hear you whispering to each other, and I was like, I hope that's them enjoying it and not like,
100%.
Oh, who's that? What's that? What's going on? Why are we in here?
Yeah. No.
And then you got out and you were like, no, I love that.
Yeah. No, I truly
was,
did.
Super
shit
cool.
all over Suicide Squad.
I mean,
no, I'm kidding.
The further away we get from that film,
like, the movie was amazing on its own.
The further away we get from Suicide Squad, though, the more I sort of can accept that it was not the greatest, but it had its moments. But that's not what we're here to talk about, because Lazer Team.
No, Lazer Team.
Yeah,
was
no,
awesome.
I think they did it really well. It's going to end up on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Jesus Christ, I'm having some moments in this segment.
How much did you drink?
It wasn't like.
It was
what's
the head.
in those things?
I don't know.
It was totally the head.
They're also like 7.5 or 8% each can or something. I don't know.
Sorry.
YouTube Red.
Yeah.
It's going
as the first one. Yeah, they were both, you know, funded partly by YouTube Red, and so that, I think the release for that is about a week from now.
Yep.
And until then, you can see it in cinemas with these like on-demand screenings. So if you haven't already, you may still be able to get that as a thing in your area. But otherwise, just wait till YouTube Red comes out. And I assume it's coming to like physical media fairly soon from Rooster Teeth.
I think.
But I'm not 100% sure, because I figure they'd there'd be some exclusivity with YouTube Red for a while.
Yeah.
Or they'll make no money.
One thing besides the fact that I kept seeing Austin in the background, and every time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, Chloe, look, it's Austin. It's so nice there. It's
Forget
I
it.
heard you
I've
whispering
never
about
been to
that. I
Austin
saw the
before,
massive
so
city
it's just
shot and I was like, I don't recognize Austin yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is, and I'm sure that's what he's whispering.
Yeah, because I looked at Chloe and was like, there was this big glass building that you see in the middle, and it's very nicely designed. It's like nothing like another building. And I tapped Chloe on the shoulder. I was like, that's the city of Austin. It's so awesome.
There was one scene where it was just like this beautiful aerial shot. I'm just like, did you go to that part in Austin? It's just like, nope, but I'm gonna next time.
Yeah. But besides that, I thought it was really awesome. Just the way that, I mean, we've gotten to be around some of the people that were in this film, and just to see them acting in this movie and being characters, and when you get to know these people on the outside of the movie and outside of their occupation, and then see them in films, it really makes you realize just how awesome they are at doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that you said that it was an on-demand movie meant that the only way you could see it was if you applied for a cinema to show it.
Yeah. And they had a packed house.
They managed to pack the house out
easily. I think they bumped it to a bigger cinema.
Yeah.
They never underestimate like diehard fans.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Rooster Teeth's community is awesome, and that's another thing that we can see in something like the Extra Life stuff that they do. They do that every year, right?
They do. Before we go any further, though, because we couldn't spoil Lazer Team 2,
sure.
Give me your ratings. And the ratings this week are out of Bernie hats. How many Bernie hats out of 10
but they're so
are you
ugly.
giving it? Well, I'm giving it 10 Bernie hats out of 10 just because I want to see 10 of them on the screen because they're so beautiful.
I'm with Josh on the 10 Bernie hats. I loved it that much.
That's 20 Bernie hats on the screen.
I would say that I'd give it 10.
Just to have 30 Bernie hats on the screen. That's 30 Bernie hats out of 10.
I will add in there the fact that I'm also kind of considering purchasing one just because of how bad they look, but I kind of like it because of how bad it looks. I would never wear it, but I might just throw it up here somewhere and have it sitting around.
Just hang it off the TV.
It's in no way whatsoever a rip-off of the Supreme design.
I mean, if everyone else is doing it.
I mean, why not? But I like it. It's ugly and it's amazing at the same time.
Let's not get too bogged down in hats though, because Extra Life, that was a much more important segue, and we could go to town on this merch business.
So Extra Life, again, for anyone who hasn't seen what Extra Life is, Rooster Teeth puts on this 24-hour stream to raise money. Do you want to give us a bit of info on that?
It's basically...
I'm coming to you for the info, because
right.
usually Gab and I are bouncing off each other, and I'm like, Josh, let's
all right, I'll step up.
I can just
Gabby, what are you doing over there?
You want to come bounce off this?
We need a Gabby cam.
Dude, it looks like you're about to let off a mad fart.
Yeah, I mean, picture that, but yeah, more like a dying crab. Moving right along. Yeah, so Extra Life, it's imagine telethon.
Yep.
It's for a children's hospital. I think like one based in Austin, but I think they have like broader connections within like a network.
Like a foundation.
Yeah, Dell Children's Hospital or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're like a branch or whatever, but they raised, I think last year they raised about 900,000.
Yep.
And that was in a 24-hour period.
Which is
like
awesome.
That's mind blowing from a community. That's not even like corporate funding. There's nothing. Like, show me another person who's doing that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
and then because it was just shy of 1 million last year, what was their target this year? 1 million.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And they managed to smash that.
1.2.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
so next year is going to be 1.5.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see. I mean, you get the whole Rooster Teeth. Can you call them a cast? They're practically a cast, right? You get everyone who works behind the scenes. You get people who work in front of the camera. You get people who do design. You get people working community management and playing games. And they all end up in front of the camera, or most of them end up in front of the camera, besides the people who have to run the stream. And they do stuff. They have a challenge wheel.
Yeah.
They play games. I mean, there was Jackbox. There was all kinds of stuff.
They have the donations set up so that there are certain numbers that if you $50.13, I think, got you into a raffle for. They did Bob Ross hour, and so they were all doing art. And there were happy little trees everywhere, and happy little accidents.
If I may interject, like you and I started watching when they were around the $700,000 mark.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I just want to say how in love I am with Max.
You wait till you meet that boy.
He's a glorious human.
Everything about him made me so happy. I'm just like, I just want to donate all my money because I can see how happy he is.
The moment Max took the pommel horse flick to the nuts, was one of the best moments, just because of the noise he made. I've got it on video. I put it up on Twitter. We can put it on
they're a highlight.
channel.
I think I saw just before we started recording that someone has cut together already a highlights reel of the full 24 hours, and they've been spent the last 2 days doing it. Yep. So maybe we'll link that in the description or something.
Yeah, perfect.
Put the kisses up, all the kisses.
Load of kiss gifts all over the screen right now.
But this is a yearly thing. These guys do it once a year. Yeah. They look to smash records every year. Mm-hmm. This year they smashed their record of last year, 1.2 million. You got to see the whole Rooster Teeth cast, or at least most of them.
And they do some really cool stuff. Like they do custom merch that's limited for the 24-hour period, so that people have to buy it, then raise the money. And they made an amusement park map of all the Rooster Teeth things.
I saw that. I want that.
I know. I wish I bought one. Yeah. I don't know. I always sit there and I'm like, oh, I should really get that, and then I never do, and I hate myself afterwards. If that's still on sale, which I don't think it is, then we have to get one. We got to put it up there.
We got to witness a first dance between father and daughter. That was really lovely. There were so many moments in this. If you were
I feel like that baby's neck was going to snap.
Yeah, if you're a Rooster Teeth community member, or if you're ever interested in what Rooster Teeth does, Achievement Hunter does, any of the shows that they have, the Extra Life stream will give you 24 hours worth of personalities.
Yeah.
I watch people eat terrible, shitty eggs and then tack vom in front of the camera into buckets.
And let's not forget the 28 paintballs I think that Gavin took in one go pretty much.
I just want to say, I would be the person willing to be like, fucking paintball me to death. I will strip into my underwear, stand there with a face mask on and be like, just don't shoot me in the junk.
And I'll be the one pulling the trigger.
Yeah. Oh, look, anyone can pull the trigger. I'm down. Just fucking...
I want to be on the safe side.
Anywhere but the tits for me. Like, these things cannot be damaged.
I feel like they would take the hit well.
Yeah.
It would disperse the energy.
Mine are so padded.
Dude, I'm happy with brown nipples.
That's an unfair advantage.
Ones, so it's all good.
You said there were highlights for this. We can go back and check the highlights out.
Yeah.
After you've watched a stream, go over there, check it out. Be prepared for next year's one.
Oh, yeah.
It's Boneyard Arcade's goal to somehow end up over there and do something with these guys at some point.
I mean, we've got people who'll take a paintball, so...
And you keep telling me to jump through glass, and there's only...
Gabs has her hands up in the air.
Very certain times that I would consider this.
Send us $1. Dan will go through a table.
So if we... How many donations... we'll come
I think we've made $7 so far. In total.
In foreign money.
Yeah, I mean, it's all different currency, but I mean, we've made $7, so...
Our dollar with the knob drawn on it.
I'm still waiting for my one butt.
Your one butt?
One butt.
You can't have it.
Don't be so Aussie about it. Don't say butt, it's butt.
It's butt. I can't even say it right.
Butt.
That's done.
Did I distract you with my idiot?
You just totally threw it off with all the butt that you were deciding to throw.
But yeah, Extra Life. Really, really good. They raised an incredible amount of money.
Yep.
And because of all the stretch goals, now we get some really entertaining stuff. Like they did on the spot, whose line is it anyway? And that's now going to be like a couple of little
thing, I think.
Well, I think they're going to do like maybe a handful of specials of it. And what else did they have?
The musical. The musical.
Yeah, that was it. Oh God.
I love musicals.
Yep.
I was so hoping they'd hit that.
The one thing I love about these guys is that they can literally hold an event that it'll have some planning behind it, but so much of it is just off the cuff, what's happening at the time. And out of that, they will literally produce like 5 new pieces of content that we know for a fact with such a supportive community is going to be picked up into something amazing.
I mean, Jeff's going to be on Always Open. That was another spur of the moment one. They were like, maybe we should have asked him first, but they hit the target, and so... But
that's the beauty of live streaming. Like 24 hours worth of live streaming, people drink enough, they get a little bit crazy. And I mean...
That's how ideas form.
Yeah. It was
juice.
Quite crazy. We've actually spoken something totally separate to this, but I'm looking at the timer and I'm like, I want to get to this
we've
last
been
little
yapping
point.
for too much.
I want to get this last little point. We actually want to do an AMA.
Yes.
We have been already asking on Twitter. about whether people would like to ask us any question that we'll answer. Ask us anything. We will answer the question. It can be about all kinds of things. I've already had someone ask me, how do I touch Akio? How can I get the opportunity to touch Akio Titty's boobs? And I was like, shit, I need to think about this one tactically, because this is like...
Well, you got to be either willing to spend up big, or just come be our best friends ever.
Yeah.
What are you, my agent?
Then you...
But yes, we're going to be recording the show again a little bit earlier this time, but it's still going to come out at the same time. We're going to have an AMA, so you can hit us up in the comments below. Ask us anything.
Get it in the next couple of days if you definitely want your questions answered.
Yeah, for sure. If there's plenty down there, we're going to have to pick and choose between what's good and what sucks.
And if there's if there's a massive wall of them, then we'll just do 2 episodes of it. We'll do another one in a little while.
Oh, for sure.
Just lots and lots of questions.
Get to know us.
A whole bunch. We will most definitely be doing some AMAs for the next few shows. But up until then, I think it's time for us to sign off. Josh, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you online?
I'll just stick with Twitter because the rest of them are gibberish. I got to fix that.
That's fine.
Josh_Florence.
Akio Titties.
And you can find me at Grim Bones, and you can find the gremlin who sits behind the camera for this segment over at Lucky Bones.
Let off a squawk.
Yeah, boy!
We are Boneyard Arcade. We're signing off for
whatever.
another week. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave us a comment down below to drive that engagement through the fucking roof. Give us an upvote instead of
Spray
being that
rooster
one person.
emoticons all over the gaff.
I could do with a bunch of roosters this week, and maybe even lipstick dicks. I mean, that hasn't happened since episode 2, and I'm fucking down for some lipstick dick. But until then, please upvote this show. Give us a comment down below. Tell everyone that you love us. Send us to your grandmother, and we will see you next week.
Bye.